Hey guys, welcome to another deck profile video, and today we'll be going through a deck profile for a format that I haven't done a deck profile for quite some time now, which is for V-Prem or V Standards. Side note before we start with the deck profile, I just want to say if you want to win, do not play this deck. This deck is not good. Not very good. Not even good in the roguelike way. Not even good in the second way. Is it budget? Very budget. I built this deck for less than 50, and that's excluding the hue card, but including the oversleeve, because I have to buy the oversleeve since I don't have enough oversleeve, and also the three extra markers because of Sarah. You only play Sarah because she's cute, nothing else. Budget wise, there's better budget alternative even in Palemoon. Harry is decently, not too expensive. It's pretty cheap. You just, bunch of Margados, mostly just common and rares. Some double rares, triple rares, it's just like the great one Patty. You don't play 3 or 4. The race searchers. Yeah, even your main unit is just a fucking burp. It's like what, double rare? Or is it a rare? I forgot, but the dragon is a rare. Harry in expensive. End of stage. It's a pretty meme deck, but it's still like really decent meme deck, I guess. Sildon, I guess Lucria is expensive, but like you don't really need Lucria as much. So it's just like a 22k bit stick, since you mostly just want to use Venus Lucria. Not much of the Oppo base. Just play any deck that's budget, even if Palemoon just not Sarah. Unless you just really like Sarah's design, and that's it. Or just wait until collection 7 8 where they probably support Sarah. Maybe, who knows. I'm gonna stop ranting now and start with the deck profile. For starters, we have Happiness Collector, because Happiness Collector is the only other Palemoon starter that we have. The other one is the Silverthorn. We do not have a Goblin starter. We only have 2, not 3. That Goblin starter doesn't exist. It's just all your imagination. Or it's only in premium, who knows? We don't talk about Entertain Messenger. Anyways, of course for Great Trees we have the main right, Sarah. Oh yeah, for that it's $50 with the less than 50 with SB as well. First skill is X. Then once per turn, CB1, search your deck for Great Tree, for up to 1 Great Tree, call to rear, shuffle your deck. For this turn, this unit gets continues V. All of your Great Tree rear guard get plus 2k and boost. Second skill is Auto Van. When you try, at the end of battle, you try to check a Great Tree or greater. Put 2 normal units from rear to the bottom of the deck. Search your soul or call 2 cards from your soul to rear. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Like the first skill is fine, but the problem is, why is it what the problem is the continuous. Why is it 2k? Like, the only reason why it's plus 2k I can think of is the fact that you have one Great Tree, like your Great Tree rear column, they're both 14, boost 28, hitting like what, hitting a 15, hitting a force for a 20k guard. But that's the best I can think of, because normally you have just a grade 1 or to boost, or you don't have a boost at all, because you want to keep your hand to defend, because this deck doesn't have that much defensive option either, which is why most of the card you play has like just not much of your, how I can say it, basically just you're not gonna have that much booster behind, apart from like occasional grade 1 or like just your grade 3s. Like, even like this normally hit, you just hit for 14. I mean, hit force numbers, but barely hitting force numbers. It could be have 5k. Like a lot of things already give themselves 5k, or give like their full board 5k or 10k. But why specifically only Sarah give 2k? Why is it only 2k? Like, why? I just couldn't think of it. Like, just unless the future support is actually really good, to the point that 2k doesn't really matter that much, then why only 2k? And the second skill is fine. It's just Bastion skill, except you have to put, is that you just quote unquote prevent you from taking out. But like, my problem is the fact that it costs grade 3s from Soul as well, which is making it annoying because you want to have grade 3s on your field to attack, but you also want grade 3s in your Soul. At the same time, you also want grade 3s in your deck to try check it. So basically, your attacking are grade 3s on the field, you also need grade 3s in the Soul, and you also need grade 3 in your deck, which means you have to kind of like multitask yourself. Like you also have to think whether you want to bring this out now or bring this in. Like having glitching so it's not that hard because you're playing Dorian, putting like a full field back to Soul, that's fine. But it's the problem is the deck itself. I mean, sure you put it back to bottom of the deck, but like again, it's at the bottom of the deck. You don't shuffle that much in Palemoon, either way up, or no, either way, or in Sarah in general, because Silver don't does so such that much. Yeah, it's a bit contradictory itself. Let's hope that Sarah get better support in the future. Hopefully, especially since it does state that at the end of the battle that you try to upgrade your greater, not this unit try to upgrade your greater. So hopefully we got try checking, just like in Bastion, because it's just Bastion but worse. And the one that Gichi is for Dorian. Again, very good card. Quote unquote main draw engine and main like Soul provider, like putting our cards back to Soul. You know what she does. Also the secondary right target, because if she's a right target, we can technically just draw as many times as we want at the end of our turn, and also save our cards, putting the end back to our Soul. Don't explain. We all know what she does anyways. Then Artilleryman, because this is our main booster and our finisher when bonus at like 5 damage. First skill is auto continuous Vanguard rear during your turn. For each card in Soul plus 3k power, acts a Vanguard rear once per turn. Put 2 cards from hand to Soul, draw 1, auto Vanguard rear. When this unit's attack hits CB1, you may CB1. If you do not, put all cards from your Soul to the bottom of the deck to drop zone. Essentially, yeah, it is our very fat booster. Not much as the bit stick onto late game, because your opponent can, the deck really conquer CB quite heavy, really. CB1 for Sarah, then you have CB1 for another quite important grade 2 as well. So we don't really want him to hit, so we must have him as a booster, like really fat booster, mostly beyond the Vanguard. Force everyone to like PGs or got like 3 to pass or something. And also the second skill, they took Soul to Soul draw 1, is so quite good to combo with during the main phase to combo with level 1 for grade 2 support units. Next, we have 3 copies of Eva. First skill is auto rear. When placed from Soul to rear, if a Vanguard is grade 3, draw 1 such Soul charge 1. We don't care much about second skill, which is just a break right CB1, draw 1 Vanguard plus 10k. We're only using her for the first skill because Soul will fill in from Sarah and draw 1, as well as basically our secondary Soul provider and our second draw engine. First obviously be Dorian. You can play 4 of her, you can decrease Dorian to 3 and play 4 of her, because she is quite important as well to fill our hands. And then we play 1 tech card of Tricky Assistant. Basically auto Vanguard rear on place CB1. Choose one of you and your opponent's rear guard and put into Soul. If 2 was put for this turn plus 10k, we're only using her just for the removal. Most of the time I don't really use her because CB1 is really quite heavy for the deck. I mean, you can replace her for like 1 Eva or for another Artilleryman, but like, I'm just using her just for removal, because based testing it, I feel like I could have won the game if I have removed it with Showcase System, but I didn't have her in that build, so I decided like just try it. I was like, yeah, I guess it works, but like it's CB1, that kind of like CB heavy. You don't have any CC. There's only 2 like consistent or good general CC for Palemoon. Dance Dancer is end of turn, but it's end of turn. You kind of want like main phase CC or battlefield CC. And then for battlefield CC, we have a Comical Chimera. But the problem with Comical Chimera is the fact that you Soul Blast 1 and you put a breaker to Soul. I mean, the good thing is that you can put a grade 3 to Soul, but at the same time, you kind of need another grade 3 to, you need to put the bottom of the deck. And also you cannot CC during the turn, you CC Comical Lion. And you and Chronicle Lion does kind of contradict with Dorian a little bit because you have to -1 on filters for CC and you can't go at the +1. Sometimes you don't really want that. You mostly want the Dorian. I mean, you can remove Tricky System or remove one Dorian for like 1 or 2 Comical Camera. That's fine. But for most of my playthrough, I rarely use Comical Camera CC, so I have to remove him for like extra Dorian, extra Artilleryman, or even extra Eva, or replace him for Tricky Systems for the removal, and that's kind of it. You also don't want to write her because she doesn't excel. You kind of want excel in this deck. In this deck, it's either you go excel 1 or excel 2, both are fine. Excel 2 just take you out faster. Excel 1 just give like actually makes your thing hits past a defensive. That's all for the grade 3s. For the grade 2, we have Pop-Up Chimera. So the new grade 2. First skill is continuous rear deck soul trigger zone. This card get grade +1, so essentially it's a grade 3 everywhere apart from everywhere apart from the drop zone or your hand. The first skill is auto when this one is placed on V, CPU 1, soul charge 3. If one or more trigger or soul charge, draw 1. And the continuous skill is continuous rear during the turn that you have caught 2 or more cards from your soul. This one get +10k. It's basically Rising Dragon plus Demounted. That's it. Demounted for the first skill, and Rising Dragon slash base Lucia skill of the +10k. We've got 2 or more from soul. It's basically an extra grade 3. Also beat stick is a 19k 21k beat stick with Sarah. That's kind of it. It's just a beat stick. You also want him to first right to the CB1 Soldier 3 to like set up for your grade 3 turns. And for next grade 2 will be a weird card that people probably played back in the days or don't even play it, or just play for quote budget option, which is 3 Humorous Chimera. Skill is auto rear. When placed from hand to rear, discard a card from hand, soul charge 2. For this turn, this one get +5k. If a grade 2 or greater unit was soul charge, choose a card from your soul and call it to rear. You see how the deck this card synergizes with the deck. Since we played a shit ton of grade 2 or grade 3s, this deck works because discard card like discard grade 3 that you don't need, or discard the quick shield, soul charge 2, then like a Dorian, a Teleman, or whatever, you can just call something out from soul, like an Eva to soul charge again, draw 1 card to refund for Chimera. Like on the combo will be Chimera, discard card, soul charge 2, like something this soul charge 2. Then since a grade 3 was soul charge, you can call up something else like a Eva skill to refund the soul charge and to refund the card drew discarded by Chimera. So you technically net 0 from this play. For our last grade 3 is a grade 2 will be Endive Beast Tamer. It's a 5k base, but the skill is kind of worth it. You just add real CB1 rest this unit. Choose a column. Choose up to 2 cards from your rear and call it to that column. Basically, because you're going to use Dorian almost all the time to draw, she helps to fill out our field. And we're going to soldier card a bit anyway, so she helps. Another play to refund, quote unquote, is Endive Beast Tamer skill. Call 1 or 2 Eva from soul, or 1 Eva and 1 your Artilleryman or even Dorian to call to column. Then because of Eva skill, you draw. If you call 2 Eva, you draw 2 and you search 2. So you essentially blasting. So essentially CB1 rest to blast to net 0 in your soul and you blast 2 in your hand. That's like the quote-unquote most optimal play we have for Endive. But you can also use her to call out something else like a Pop-Up Chimera as like a Mystic Attacker, or even Artilleryman if you do not have him as a booster, since he's quite important as a booster. Or as like final turn thingy, you guys call out. The problem is against CB1, that's why like you don't really use her. Of course, you can play less of 4 and play like a knife dancer, or even decrease Ham's camera, but like 3-3 is fine because when I play 2 of her, I find that whenever I needed her, she's not here. So I'm playing 3 of her is like a fine number of copy because you know, again, bot wiping is like a thing, like quite bot wiping is a thing, and you also kind of want her to like draw from her, from Eva. That's why you have to be careful with like your CC consumption playing with my build of this deck. Then we have, for grade ones, we only play 8 grade ones, which is Engaging Assistant. Skill alter when placed from hand to revamp or rear. Look top 5 cards of the deck. Choose a grade 3 from one, and then put it to soul, shuffle your deck. Second skill is act rear, retire this unit. Choose a grade 3 from your soul, put it to hand. If your Vanguard is not Sword Magician Sarah, choose a card from hand, discard it. Essentially, call her up top 5, set up for like Artilleryman or most importantly Eva into a soul. That's kind of it. Or even for your Sarah, because sometimes or most of the time I won't be able to have Sarah in my hand to write, so call her to real skill. If you use Sarah, pull her to soul, and then you use the skill to retire, put the Sarah into hand, but you have to discard since we're not on Sarah. You can also do it to grab like your Artilleryman or your Dorian to hand or even to soul. Yeah, she's decent. And then we have 4 really weird choices with just Explosion Clown, because again, shit ton of V3s, no now like triggers or like shield in hand, you just play the clown because it's 15k shield. That's the only reason why. Also, in some cases, if you quote unquote playing against a deck that CB on right to grade 2, you can technically damage them by riding the Piero since it's 7k base, swing at them, hope you don't drive check a trigger. You just put you plus 1 in your hand, they don't get anything in the damage zone, and they can't CB for a turn, so they can't like combo off to like rushing you. And they can't also like call their Hugh Guard to damage themselves 1 since they are on grade 2 at that turn. So they're just using for shield, but in some cases damage denying is also not bad. And of course we have a 4 heals. Most importantly or definitely change the heal to Hugh Guards. But again, because I bought the playset of the VSS05 Palemoon playset for about $6 for my $6 SGD for my friend, because he only buying just for the Hugh Guard, and that's it. And like this is worth it. Everything's like $1, so let's get 20 plus cards for like $6, and just so yeah, you can't really complain much. Definitely changing it to Hugh Guards. See like whether the shop have like decent prices. You test about 300 yen, so I hopefully can find one for like $3 to $4 or $5. Yeah, but you can probably just pay 2 Hugh Guards, that's fine, but 4 would be optimal as well, because grade 0 is heal is also good because then you can shoot, but the grade 3s, but the Hugh Guard you mostly may need one her because she's a grade 3, that's it. You don't, or you know, sometimes the defensive works if you're going second, but you mainly just want it for because it's grade 3 heal triggers, and that's kind of it. And then we have for crit sense, because you're drawing quite a bit with Artilleryman, Dorian, and you also charge quite a bit with Chimera, also Eva with draw and so charge. So like draw triggers kind of like, you know, bad, and crit sense also decent. And at times you might not have the hand size to PG, so crit sense also not bad. And you then this deck also kind of lack quote-unquote rushing power, also lack quick pressure, so crit sense as well. And then we play 4 vanilla crits because I wanted to play 8 crits, but like, I couldn't find crit anywhere. Yeah, so I couldn't find 8 front. I want to play 8 fronts, but I couldn't find 4 more fronts because all I could find was the Silverton front, Sergei, 4 off. So I couldn't find it, so I just opt to play crits. But this crits not bad, means, you know, again, when you crit pressuring as well. This has like not crit pressuring, like you have power for Artilleryman, boosts, but you don't have like crit pressuring. So yeah, for the XL again, you can play XL1, XL2, either way works. you can quote unquote technically almost personal right or rewrite almost every turn because of the you can put back the hand with the draws. You can probably draw like Sarah quite a bit on like turn 3, turn 4 because of again Eva, Dorian, everything. So XL2 cause kind of like draw you much, just draw you cards, but it's 5k. So that the 5k judgment, the draw is fine. Because you do draw that much, you might not need the XL2, but sometimes the XL2 draw might matter. But XL1 also kind of matter, like you lose the +1 from hand, but you get an extra 10k power to make sure that your things hits defensive against like Force or even XL if they got defensive. So it doesn't really matter which one you use. Like because if like I was like even you play XL2, if you were free you will deck out. Don't worry because XL1 you really take out in XL1. I take out with XL1 like a few times, but XL2 just celebrate your decking out. So but you +1 in hand in case like it doesn't really like see what your opponents are playing, to be honest. But I recommend like XL1 just to hit. XL2 if like you will in the hand or a situation you have cards in your hand. So yeah. How will you guys like the video? For the deck profile, again, budget, but like not the budget that I recommend playing. Like it's simple, but at the same time you have to think about where you wanna call. Because end dive as well, since she's rest, you have to either think about calling her into one column or think about calling her into your back row behind the Vanguard. But if you do, you won't be able to boost like with other men. Then again, Vanguard really give drive pasturing, so probably got like 1 or 2 to pass, or even PG at times. So yeah. Oh yeah, for another play that you can quote unquote do if you have like enough CB, have like 4 or 3 CB open, which is one end dive from hand and another end dive in soul. Basically, if you do not have like any hand cards above for end dive, call her rest, call a hand dive and an Eva, and then you use the hand dive that you caught rest, and then yeah you call the first end dive like behind the Vanguard. Then use the second end dive to call like an artilleryman or even like an Eva to go through like to draw more, or you guys call 2. If you have 2 more or Eva, just call 2 of her to draw 2, so charge 2. And then if you still have open and you haven't used or Sarah CB skill yet, you can use it to call artilleryman if you have it, or even Dorian to like swing. So that's like kind of like the play if you have no cards in hand, which is why I say in life is actually pretty decent in the deck. Shimmer's camera as well, yeah. So that's kind of it. There's nothing much I can say about this deck. So apart from like don't play it unless you just like Sarah as a waifu, and also just even the play just change the heal to like either 2/2 or just squeeze 3 heal. Like yeah, that's it. Oh yeah, I didn't say about what's good about the deck. Let's see here. There's not that much good about the deck apart from Sarah being cute, and that's it. That's kind of it. The deck has problems again with not much consistency issue, more like the card itself contradicts herself. That's kind of it. Again, Palemoon doesn't have like really good real card grade trees. Eva like your best bet, does a resource gaining. Artilleryman is your best booster beatstick. Dorian just protection for you to put cards also and you just draw more cards. She just has a remover. Beatstick. It's just not much grade trees. And also the problem with the deck is that, or as with my deck is that, as you can see, 15k shield, 15k shield, 30k shield, 20k shield with the heals, 15k shield. Anything that's like 5 guard is very annoying because your 5 guard are cards that you kind of need to fill your board, which is Endive and Humorous. You can still conquer across Humorous or like Endive if you don't waste CB, but like it's still a bit annoying. Like you only 10k shield, yeah sure, but like it'll be annoying that you have to 5k guard. Yeah, camera can intercept as well, but like this like a lot of the cards are like 15k shield, like 15k shield, 20k like above 10k shield. So it's really annoying that you have to guard a 5k shield because like 5k shield, I don't want to waste my 15k to guard like a 5k, but I do not have like 5k shield to guard. That's like the most irritating thing about this build is just I have shield value, but I have to waste my shield value on like something I can easily guard with like a grade 2. But I don't really want to discard my grade 2 for guard because I need it to combo off, which is quite annoying. Which is what I kind of wished or hope that Sarah gets shield or has a new support that come out in V Collect 7 8 to be like if my Vanguard Sarah, all my grade 3s got like 5k shield because DP has like a lot of cards that gain shield. They play a lot of grade 3 as well, but their grade 3s are like 10k shield because of Dieliner and everything, but Sarah just give it 2k. Just 2k. That's it, and boost. Which is just annoying. Like, it's fine to a certain extent, but it's still really annoying that you don't have much shield. Or at least give them like 5k shield intercept. Like, at least give them the ability to intercept by 5k shield so people can't really rely on Dorian as much. Or if they don't have Dorian and they can't like put things back to deck, at least very, very least the grade 3s can intercept or guard. And the fact that if he's a grade 3 or even a grade 2 or grade 1 support that makes grade 3 get 5k shield intercept, it will just make it more worth it that your opponent will retire it, that kind, you see? Like, it will make it balanced. They retire it if it's balanced, I want to make it 10k shield intercept. Yeah, that makes more sense. Like, you can remove it. Yeah, like make it 10k shield, pushy. Come on. You made fucking Vowing Saber reverse a thing. Why not, make Sarah slightly better? Or, make the next set just Sarah support? Oh wait, it's gonna be more Legion cards anyways. Oh, I've read more enough. I've read more enough, so I guess I'll see you guys next time. Sorry, I'll see you guys next time. Maybe with my updated deck list for Eva, because I did update it after like a month or two of playing her. So I, obviously still be changes made to the deck and so much so forth. So yeah, have a great day, you guys. See you next time.